for a safe journey for all of you who have come from far. Thank Him for the lovely clothes you have on your back today. Thank Him for Joyce Daniels. Thank Him for creating such an amazing person. Thank Him for the gift of you, the light that is you today. Let's just thank God for the next 1 minute in our own words. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you. Thank you so much for the gift of you. Thank you that we can call you Abba. Thank you that we know that we are loved by you. Thank you for this beautiful day that you have made. Your word says that this is the day that you have made, that we'll all rejoice and be glad in, and that will be our testimony today. Thank you for everyone who's gathered in this room. Thank you because we know that we're made for so much more. Thank you for the light that we are to our generations. And thank you because I know that by the time we leave here today, we'll be shining a lot brighter than we walked in. Thank you, Father. For in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thank you so much. A round of applause for God. And that's for God, though. It's not for me. Thank you so very much. I have another. The room is coming from that table. Because we are catastrophic in a good way. Thank you so much for just looking your best. Thank you so much for walking in here like queens and kings. Let's make some noise for the kings in the house. Now let's make some noise for ourselves. Celebrate yourself. Thank you so very much. My name is Presh Tolka. And if there's one question I've had in the room today more than any other question is that your real name? Or is it Precious? Yes and no. Yes, it is now my real name because it has become more than me. It is now a brand. But I'll tell you how the name came about. But before I say that, I'll just tell you what my parents gave me at birth. You want to know? Precious Adaku Ngozi Angulika Wanko. When your parents have not had children in 16 years and they finally have a child, I don't think there's a better name than Precious. That's how they felt when they named me. And you cannot have too many names at that point, right? So the list can be endless, right? And it will never be enough because I'm a gift to them and a gift to my generation as well. But I'll give you the rest of the gist. And you can clap if you want to. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today I received the rights to be celebrated. Alongside do I look like Joyce Daniels? I tell you, the number of times I've heard that in this room today is like, are you sisters? Is she your sister? And so I'm like, no, it's not Joyce. It's me. But I used to be on radio. How many of us are Port Harcourt people in the house? Port Harcourt, make some noise now. We cannot be dull in a room. I used to be on radio in Port Harcourt from 2010. And if you used to listen to Port Harcourt radio, it was Ray Power 106.5 FM. If you used to listen to radio at the time, you would know that it was the in thing to have a nickname. Nobody was going by their real names. Unless you had a snazzy real name like Joyce Daniels, you know. Then you don't have to change it. But if it's Precious Wankwo, it's like, no, I need a better name, a more befitting name for this radio. And so I had racked my head. We had Sue the Lyrical Sniper on radio. He was one of the best MCs at the time. There was TDA, the mega icon. It was all these amazing names. And I'm thinking to myself, what would I call myself? And I just thought about all the names. Adawanko, it was not entering. I'm like, Precious N, it was not entering. PAN, my initials, nothing was entering. I just started to pray about it. I'm like, Lord, I pray about everything. I pray about the most mundane things. I'm like, Lord, I want to be a superstar on radio. And I want to have one of those names that you can remember. Like when you hear it, you're like, oh, I know you. Even if you don't remember me, you shall remember my name. And the first time I had penned down the name Presh Tolka, I knew it was the one. I just knew. It just felt right. It embraced me like a warm hug. And the first time I would say my name on radio, hello and welcome to Ray Power 106.5 FM. My name is Presh Tolka. Aye. He enter, we no enter. I'm like, yes, that's the name. And that's really what I've been called ever since then. And I celebrate that name because for me, it's become more than just a name, like I said earlier. When I used to introduce myself earlier, I used to say my name is Presh Tolka and I talk for a living. But this year, which is funny because I've been doing this for almost 15 years, this year, during my retreat in January, well, we're still in January, at the beginning of the year, before my birthday, all the beautiful people are born in January. Let me just tell you that. We have the January babies in the house. Make some noise. Yes. No, today is not for February. You have your time next month. Anyway, I was having that retreat in January, and the Lord had given me a word. It's in Isaiah 50, verse 4. It says, "The sovereign Lord has given me the tongue of the learned, that I may have a word in season for him who is weary." And in that moment, he had unveiled to me that more than just talking for a living, it was a whole movement. It was a whole ministry. And so when I stand up here and speak, I'm not just speaking because I'm earning. I'm speaking because when I walk off the stage, even though it's one person that is encouraged to speak a little better just because I was up here, or one person who says, you know what, if she can, I can, then I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. And so it finally made sense to me. So more than just speaking for money, it's speaking for impact as well. I want to be the light that never goes dim. Like when your children and your children's children are reading the books, they're like, there was a Presh Tolka. Amen. All righty, thank you so much for that. I have a very beautiful exercise that I want us to do. I laugh because this is kind of like an age test, okay? But before we do that, we're going to do an affirmation. I'd put together a very powerful affirmation because one thing I believe very strongly in is speaking words over yourself. How many of us believe in speaking words over ourselves? How many of us speak words over ourselves every day? How many of us talk to ourselves kindly? How many of us love ourselves? Like not just in the, oh, I love myself, but in the, I really, really love myself way. Like when you see your picture, you're like, oh my God, it's spectacular. This is a masterpiece. How many of us love ourselves like that? Okay, so we're going to do an affirmation together. If you please stand to your feet again one more time. It's okay if you cannot stand, you can sit, but please, just to honor the moment. I'm going to say the words and you're going to repeat after me. The harder you say it, the more you believe it. All right, are we ready to go? I am a powerful and resilient woman, capable of achieving success. I trust myself. I trust my abilities. And I trust my intuition. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of wealth. I'm worthy of recognition. I celebrate my uniqueness. And I celebrate my individuality. I am a leader, an innovator, and a game changer. I own my worth. I own my voice. I own my value. I am fearless. I am confident. I'm unstoppable. I choose to uplift, empower, and support other women. I am a force for good, a catalyst for change. I will not apologize for my ambition. I will not apologize for my drive. Neither will I apologize for my success. I am enough. I am worthy. I am unstoppable. If you believe this, say yes. If you believe it, say yes. If you believe it, say yes. Don't sit. My exercise is very simple. It's kind of like an age test. You know how we're in the children church and they used to say, my head. Just be looking around you. Anybody that cannot touch their knees and their toes. Just know. No, don't worry. If you have injuries, it's okay. And if you don't and you cannot bend, just hide behind them. All right, are we ready to go? Are you ready to go? Give yourself some space. This brother in front is like, we yell because he can touch his toe on the ground and outside. Are we good to go? Just so that we are prepped up for today. Are we good? My head. I see them. One more time. And one more time. You can do it. I promise you nothing is impossible with you. You said it before, you can do it. A big round of applause for yourselves. Please have your seats, thank you. I mean, I know that I've done this playfully, but really, we cannot overemphasize the importance of movement, especially for us who are out here saying, I want to be a speaker. For many of you who speak on stage, you know that I'm going to be standing in heels from now up until whenever it is that the event closes. So would you if you were the event host, right? Movement is so important. You don't want your body to give way before your purpose has been concluded. All right? So please, if you have not been moving before today, make a commitment to yourself to move. It is so important. Your body will thank you for it, and your gift will thank you for it. All righty. I think I have done justice to making you happy. Are you happy? I don't want us to have, I don't want us to waste too much time. One of the things I like to do is get into the crux of the event, okay? When I get back after this break, I'm going to tell you how I met the lovely JD. But before then, we have a celebrity human in the house, okay? She's going to come up here and she will tell us why we are here today. There was an interview earlier that spoke about why we are here today. How many of us know why we are here today? No. Do you or do you not? If you do, like you really do, like hands up like this. But if you're not like so sure, there was someone at the back that's like, I'm standing here for my friend. Which is amazing because she will now tell us why we are here today. She is a darling, darling sister of Joyce Daniels. As a matter of fact, Joyce Daniels was her maid of honor at her wedding. And they've been friends and sisters since 1995. So when we talk about an important person in her life, it is her. She has watched her grow, and she has watched her grow as well. She has followed her, she has mentored her, she has coached her, and which is amazing for me because you know how it is like that there is someone that you admire, and then there is someone that the person that you admire admires. That's her. Ladies and gentlemen, with a very warm round of applause, let's welcome the Chief Sustainability Officer at Dangote Cement in the person of Dr. Igazuma Okoroba. A round of applause for her, please. You can do better. Please keep clapping till she gets here. Thank you so much, ma'am. We honor you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I cannot say thank you enough for showing up here. Please, can we just have a round of applause for the gentlemen here? You ladies are doing all these female affirmations, and then we have these gentlemen here having to say, I am a man. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Igazuma Okoroba, and I was reflecting on this moment yesterday, and it almost brought me to tears, because I have been an active beneficiary of the life of Joyce Daniels. It was such an incredible honor when she said, Sisi, You were doing why we are here. I said, oh my God. I used to be an MC myself because I was a radio girl back in the days. Soul Sister. Where is Presh? Did you ever hear a Soul Sister on radio? She was Soul Sister. Okay, but today we're here really for transformation. And I don't think there is anyone better to talk about transformation than the one who has truly been transformed. And it's not because it's her birthday. It is really because I haven't seen a person who would like to be squeezed, like an orange juice. You squeeze the orange, you suck the orange, you squeeze it. And after you squeeze it, you turn it over and you begin to eat the roughage. I haven't seen many people that do that, and they're willing to be spent to pass knowledge, to share their experience, their failures, their successes, to be vulnerable enough to show you where they lost it and how they figured it out. I don't know many celebrities even today that will show you some throwback pictures. Sometimes we dig it out on social media, But I haven't seen many people who go and bring up the past and say, this is where I'm coming from. That is why the Money Making Mouth is a conference that I believe should be sustainable. And I told Joyce Daniels that I hope this is not a one-off conference, because for me, we have to be able to measure performance. I'm sorry, I'm a business leader, so we would always talk about performance metrics, right? We tell the stories, but at the end of the day, the numbers matter. So I told Joyce that we want to see the transformation of the women that are coming here today. Because the truth is that this event is truly about people, planet, and prosperity. As someone who works in sustainability, we would talk about the greater good. And you would think, oh, we are tree huggers, we are trying to save the world. But I'll tell you that that is really why we are seated here today. Because people is you, people is me. And in every one of us, there is a purpose. But you know what? For those who are MCs or those who speak, and for those who are business leaders like me, the Harvard Business Review did reveal that at least about 53% of high potential women like you and I are really unable to translate that high potential to growth, to promotions, to ascend board meetings. I sit in board meetings sometimes with CEOs, and 3 ladies we are out of maybe a couple of other gentlemen. I come from a male-dominated industry where when we record a 5% gender in a factory, it's a green. It's a green. I used to try to say, no, that's not a green. Gender equality. But I have come to accept that in that sector, 95% male and 5% female is some progress. In some places, it's 1%, 2%, and 3%. And I have learned that we would have to break away from that stereotype. Breaking away from that stereotype is not always a system. It's not always a society. People say it's a society. We're a patrilineal society. As a sociologist, I tell people, yes, the society. But look at what is going on in America. Would you believe? Would you believe? I'll come back to that topic. So it's not just the society. It is about the people, the person. We are here clamoring for 35% affirmative action. United Nations is talking about 50-50. Some sectors are talking about 95 versus 5%. What about these women themselves? What is their vision for their lives? That is why we're here. These people, we, the women, we need to understand what is our purpose. Are we living our purpose? Are we benchmarking ourselves, side by side with our purpose? And a lot of the time, I found out that we're not. Because I sit in that board meeting and I have some opinion, I have something to say, perhaps the expatriates and the technical people, the engineers, and I'm thinking, you are not a chemical engineer, remember, first of all. You begin to second doubt yourself. You're just a sociologist. Before we begin to talk about that voice creating wealth, the voice first needs to come out. And so this is the challenge we have with people and why we are here. I speak about planet, and I'm not talking about planting trees this time. I'm talking about the environment. Our environment is conditioning us to accept an anomaly. That anomaly, I come back to America. America is trying to shut down DEI. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the message America is putting out to the world is that we are shutting down DEI. It's a bad thing. America is telling the world that DEI means LGBTQ. DEI does not mean LGBTQ. DEI are policies, initiatives that are put in place to enable minorities to be supported, to harness opportunities. And when I talk about minorities are groups, any groups of people that are typically underempowered. Ladies, with that definition, women, children, youths are minorities. And that is what DEI does. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is not LGBTQ. But when you frame LGBTQ as DEI and it begins to echo around the world, our cause, our voice as women, it shrinks. Oh, no, don't talk about DEI. Oh, no, don't talk about DEI. Gender issues are DEI issues. So this environment that says, let's begin to shrink DEI. Let's begin to shrink the gender issues. Let's no longer disaggregate the gender. Because I always say, for every male, how many female? I always want to see the disaggregation. And that is the wave that I see that is coming in the world. Ladies, this is an instructive time that our voices must be heard. And these voices are not just to be heard. The voices must make impact. I think we can tell stories, but the world now is looking for what? Impact, quantitative, qualitative. I have seen a person that has trained over 1,500 compeers in this room. She has trained speakers or trained and coached in speaking occasions. More than 20,000 people have benefited from her training. She's keeping her metrics and she's checking her indicators. She has supported more than 300 clients. In 18 years of her career, Joyce Daniels has transformed from, I will tell you where she came from. Many people thought I was her sister because back in church, you know, my brother is here, we all look alike, and then automatically we just became sister and brother. When you find that at a certain point in your life, you think all you can be is that thing, and then you find the intentional steps and strategies that a person took to grow and to let their voice be heard. This really was how I have watched Joyce. And sometimes I step back and I just watch what's going on social media and I say, God, how? You know, my lady here was doing makeup artistry. And she would say, let me make you up. Oh my God, you have high cheekbones. Please let me help you. And this was what she was doing. There was a time that I was trying to, discover myself. As a teenager, Joyce was I was also trying to discover myself. I was a sales girl in a boutique. I'm not sure she's ever told that story before. And I said, this woman trusts me so much. She would leave everything, go to Paris, go to Italy, shop, and just trust me that, you handle everything. And I was about to leave. Was it to university or somewhere? And I needed to leave the job. And I said, who is going to put her heart and her soul and her mind and I can trust? And this person was Joyce. Joyce has been a boutique sales girl. Yes, please give her a round of applause. I will say the story because I have seen how she has grown from that to being an executive or a coach of business executives because it was intentional. I also, went into the broadcasting sector. I was also a DJ. And as a broadcaster, I was about to leave. I see some people shaking their head. How many things will you be? There are people who see me here and say, Igazuma, PhD, professor, you, DJ, radio in Port Harcourt, and that's the power of just having connections with someone like Joyce. Because when you see her zest and her determination and the strategies, she leverages her network. The Money Making Mouth Conference is really about her giving you the tricks and the templates that she's used to transform from where she was. I tried to tempt her a little bit to say, I'm leaving my show. Will you come and take over the show and be a broadcaster? And she said, oh, no, Sissy, I am an event host. And that was how she started, asking people to host for free. And we did a lot of these pro bono things and learned that it was not sustainable. And that's where I went to prosperity. I founded an NGO for women and girls years ago. I was working in an oil company, and I thought I had money to fund this. I started. And the people who supported me the most were not the women, they were the men. But at a point I said, no, my children are growing. I can't be using my money to be helping girls that are raped and all of that. And I learned through the process. Hard way, something that I found Joyce had learned. She learned how to productify, in her words, the skill that she had used, something she loved to do, her passion. And I told myself that I am undervaluing my gift if I do not find a way to productify it. And that NGO was shut down, and there is no legacy that I can pick up from that NGO. So probably teenage girls are still being raped. They're not able to get justice in court because the NGO is closed. I did a disservice, not just to myself, but to the planet, to the environment, and also to prosperity, legacy. And I have learned that a social enterprise now is actually much more sustainable than doing not-for-profit. And so your voice is not for profit. Your voice is for impact. The experiences, the knowledges, the failures, your voice is for impact. If you do not find that sustainable model to monetize your voice, to monetize your experience, you are not honoring the dignity of your purpose. We are here today to learn from Joyce how she has transformed and found that model, found that prototype, so that we can honor the dignity of our purpose. Someone who says, squeeze me until there's nothing left to squeeze anymore. Joyce Daniel studied anatomy, and I remember when she said, anatomy students, you learn the theory, at the end of the day, we don't even find anything to work on. And someone who says, after I am spent and I am gone, this body must be useful. Give this body to anatomy students and let them dissect it. It has to help the future generation. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here to make an impact. Congratulations to a prosperous future. Welcome to the Money Making Conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. A big round of applause for Dr. Igazima, please. Are we clapping for her? That was so thought-provoking. Thank you so much, ma'am. I don't think that anybody in this room, maybe aside her husband, would have done a better job of introducing Joyce Daniels. So please, once again, a round of applause for the doctor. We love you so much. While we're setting up for the money magnet conversation, I'm going to tell you why JD is the best person for what she's doing here today. I must have been I don't remember what year now, in school, and Joyce Daniels had come to MC an event. It was at the Ebitimi Banigo Hall. I don't even think you know this. I've never told you, have I? No. And I was a student, and I was sitting there in the audience. Of course, at the time, I was already on radio, and I'm wondering to myself, what's the next thing to do? And I see this amazing fireball. She's a fireball. Her energy is out of this world. And she carried the conversations. She carried the event. She told us story on story. It felt like I came there to watch her. I don't remember what the event was. I sincerely don't remember why we were gathered there. But I remember looking at her and saying, if she can, I can. A round of applause for Joyce Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. And because she did, she does, and continue to do, in my birthday message to her this morning, I said, just when you think you've found this landmark that you want to copy and you want to be a part of, she shatters that ceiling and goes higher up. And I'm like, oh my God, we're trying to catch up, ma'am. And you're already up there. And I know that she's never going to stop for as long as God gives her life. And I just pray that by the time we leave this room today, each and every one of us, someone, somewhere, in some room, will look at us and say, because she can, I can too. All right, we are going to now have the money magnet conversation. This conversation is going to be led by the JD herself, and it's a VIP panel. So ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for, I don't think you understand. Make some noise for the Joyce Daniels. Hey, thank you, DJ Daisy. Will not be enough. But please have your seats. Thank you so much. She's going to do us the honors of introducing the panel with her. And I promise you, it is going to be amazing. Mark my words. The Joyce Daniels, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you remember when last I was out of words? It's after. Thank you so much, Presh Talker. Thank you to everyone who is here today. My heart is full. My heart is not full because of today. I can see November 2025. I can see your testimonies. I can see when you'll be rolling on the floor in tears, thanking God for what He has done in your life. That's where I am. I'm not here right now. I'm in November. So please go there with me. Go there with me. I really, first of all, God knows that I owe Him my gratitude. So whether I say it or not, He knows what's in my heart. I would like you to celebrate my team. Love Diamond, come. Where's Love? Love Diamond. Fiwa Jomi. Lebechi. Please come out. Stay here. Justice. Mechanic. Please come. If Peter is online, I would like to see his face on the screen, please. All our online people, get ready. I told you that we have to see your faces on screen. I called on them on the 11th of December. I told them to come to my house. And I said, I've come again, oh, I have an idea. And I told them what I would want to do. It was just us. Where's Lebechi? It was just us in the room. And after talking so much about the wonderful things we wanted to do, I said, please, it's for January 31st. And all of them were like, what? 11 December? January 31st? And I said, the reason I know we can do it is because of you. And you did it. Please help me thank them. Peter, our youngest team member, he built that website in one day. He set up our payment platforms. He's a student in Kigali. He's supposed to be in school today, but because of the conference, he has stayed home. Peter, thank you. Anybody whose payment didn't go through, Peter, in the middle of the night, will say, Peter, wake up. He said, I'm awake, ma. We're up in the morning, and she said, Peter, we need this. Somebody is saying the website is not opening. He said, I'm checking. Always cool, always smiling. Every time. Thank you so much. Love is our head of admin. Most of you have spoken with her, received messages from her at odd times. I don't know when she sleeps. Justice, please stay here. Justice came to visit me the Wednesday before the 11th of December. We usually have our mentor-mentee time. He's been with us about 4 years now. Everything brand and design that you see is Justice. He came to me the Wednesday before to just talk like we usually have. He would say, this is not boss and team member time, it's mentor-mentee. He came and he talked about some ideas he has, his wife, his children, and then it was in talking with him that this was actually ignited. And I said, see the idea I'm having. And he said, if you're going to do this, we'll do it like this, we'll do it like that. Then I said, okay, let me think about it. Before the next Wednesday, I told everybody to come. So thank you, Justice. Every design you have seen here today, any Joyce Daniels design you've seen in the last 4 years, that's the guy. And his laptop. Mechanic, we call him our ideas generator. If we need any idea on what to do about anything, everybody says, where's mechanic? Just tell him and he'll figure it out. We don't know what he is. We really don't know what he is, but he is a something. The mechanic, yesterday when we were working on my slides, something happened and Justice said, let me enter a mechanic moment now. And he created one thing and everybody said, yes, this is what mechanic would have said. We thank you. When he's not generating ideas, he's working on my LinkedIn and everything LinkedIn. If you've ever chatted with us on LinkedIn, that's the guy. Fiwa Jomi, our money magnet community manager. Fiwa and I have been together for how many years now? 10 years. 10 years. When I moved to Benin in 2021, she couldn't come with me, so she got another job. When I came back, I said, Fiwa, I'm taking you back. In fact, the moment she knew, before I could even say it, she was like, I'm putting in my resignation next week. And she did, and she's back. And you see why she's back, right? She's such a fireball of energy. I always say, I don't know where I get you people, but they're also committed. Please, Lebechi, come here. Drop that phone. Don't do as if you don't know that I'm going to call your name. Everything you see on Instagram, Facebook, DMs, all of that, that's Lebechi. Any video you see, anything you see, that's Lebechi. She's the one that I shout at the most. But she's the one that can take it. Thank you. We're all seated here because of you all. The posts, the marketing funnel, all the things that people call the names. My own is I know where we are going to be sitting down on 31st January. Thank you. Thank you. Let me stand up to thank my husband, George. All the meetings that we have are in your living room. Thank you, sir. Sometimes I'm on the phone, George just comes, takes the phone away. Miss Love, please go. I need my wife. Thank you. I know why you're standing there. You refuse to sit because you just want to be sure that everything is going well. I'm so grateful to you. When I saw the video cut out from a movie and it was Hopkins, Anthony Hopkins, is he him? Anthony Hopkins, Abby, that actor. The fine elderly actor, where he was talking to his daughter in the movie and he said, it's better to have loved and have lost than to never have loved. I said, you're talking about George right now. That's my George. Glad to have loved than to never have loved like this. Thank you. The other team members, there are many, but these ones, Odogu, Odogu, clear the road for who sabi. Thank you so much. And if I ever wanted to back out of today's event, they wouldn't have let me. But there was never such a thought, because for my birthday, as I've done a few times, it's, if I don't wake up tomorrow, what did I do with today? That's it for me. And it's, if I can pour everything out today and then start afresh tomorrow, then that's great. So I was saying to somebody here, her birthday is in 4 days. I said, what you take out of here today, this is your birthday this year, you won't recognize yourself. So be ready. We're not joking. We are going to all finish empty. None of us will leave this earth and somehow it will be like something was left. There will be no crumbs. We will be empty. And because we are intentional about it, God and the universe will honor us. When I was thinking about this panel, the panel was never ever planned. But less than 7 days ago or thereabouts, I was thinking about what happens in our minds. Why is it that some of us cannot just own this money? Why are we so afraid? Why was I, and why am I still afraid to mention certain amounts of money? Why is it that when I want to send it as an invoice, my whole body trembles? Like, what the hell? Then at the end of the day, I'll not say, anything you give me, I'll take. Hey! Never again. So the first person that came to my mind was a psychiatrist. Not only because she's a psychiatrist, she's also a psychologist. She's a physician of our brain. She's the doctor you don't like to introduce. Oh, see my gynecologist. See my cardiologist. Oh, our pediatrician, my friend. She's not your friend, she's your bloody psychiatrist. She was my senior in secondary school. So astute. I was in JS2 when she was in SS3. I love her. I've watched her transform lives. And she's also a money-making mouth, because if you call her to speak anyway, she will tell you how much. And she knows the fear. So she has to come and tell us how to arrange our brain. Please welcome Dr. Maimuna Yusuf. I've not recorded any YouTube video intentionally and created since then, because I left for politics. I've really not run my business for 3 years. I've been in politics in Edo State. Last year, I worked full-time with Aswe Godalo on the PDP campaign, while her husband was a deputy governorship candidate for the Labour Party. We were PDP. But when all those campaign things will be done, if you win, I win. If I win, you win. All now win. So in 2023, I was trying to, what was last year, 2024? So 2023, I was still in politics, trying to navigate, trying to run for local government, whether I was winning, I was not winning, whatever. But I needed a foot in the door of my business. Like, it shouldn't just completely end, because people were still asking me to do this, do that. And so I needed to put myself together for here. And I needed to listen to somebody who had been where I want to be. They say, fellow who, no road. So there was just only one person on my mind. She teaches visibility. She says that she teaches visibility on LinkedIn. That's a lie. She teaches visibility for the globe. Your LinkedIn is just a tool that she will show you what to do with. But all I took away from her session, 3-month session in 2023, is one of the major reasons why we are here today. Because there was an assignment she gave us, and she said, in the next 5 years, what rooms do you see yourself in? And when I was writing that, I was weeping. I stopped. I made sure I wrote before I typed, because I wanted to write. And she said, what exactly would you be saying? Who are you saying it to? What are you wearing? What do you smell like? And I was doing that assignment middle of the night. George remembers those nights. And I was like, I can see my future. I can see it. And the clearer it is to me, the easier it is to achieve, because I have a clearer idea where I'm going. So if you come near me and you're not near where I'm going, I can easily say, excuse me, with a smile on my face, but get the hell out of here. Her name is Dr. Glory Edozian. Please welcome her to the Money Magnet conversation.
Get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder than a lion.
I always call Dr. Glory my coach because that's who she is. She's my coach, and sometimes when I'm stuck in certain things, including this year, I went back to her. Including this year, I got stuck on something, and they just made one announcement. If you need this kind of, I say me, I need it, please, because I'm a little bit of stuck. Thank you, Coach. So, Dr. Mimuna, my first question to you, please take up to 5 minutes. We are all here with some of the same challenges, and that is, why do we shake? Please, if I want just for metrics purpose, if you are here and you never shake when you want to mention certain amounts for your service, please let me see your hand so we know we're not talking to you. But if you're here and you shake, it gives you sleepless nights, it makes you think 10 times, you're like, oh, should I say, shouldn't I say, should I send an invoice, shouldn't I send, is it not the work of God I'm doing? Please. You know, wouldn't they be angry when my ancestors like me? You know, here, please, why are we shaking? What's happening in our minds? What can you tell us from that scientific, measurable point of view that would open us up to shaking less? Because I don't know if it ever ends when Michelle Obama will say things like, she still shakes. I'm like, what the hell? When does it stop? So please, talk to me. Senior Memuna. Senior Memuna, blow my girls here. Sorry. Please, ma'am, tell us.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. It's only the likes of Joyce Daniels that can pull me out straight from where I'm coming from.
She came in from the abroad this morning.
Straight
Straight from the
this
international airport here.
Straight into this conference. But it's a money-making conference, right? It's about us, not only impacting the world, but also ensuring that we feel good at the end of the day. If you, for any reason, you are, trying to, save the world, have you looked into yourself? You can't save the world and abandon yourself. There's always this word I tell people, it's a good day to check up on other people. But while at that, don't forget you're also someone. Very important, because you can't do it and then leave yourself. So there's something a lot when it comes to financial abundance and mental health. They're interwoven and they're interlinked. If somebody is owing you, today is January 31st and they have not yet paid you, I'm sure you are pained as it is right now. I had a trainer some years ago. I know there are a lot of unprofessional therapists around us. Your hairdresser is your unprofessional therapist. I hope you know. Your nanny is your unprofessional therapist. I hope you know. Your driver is your unprofessional therapist. I hope. So he comes to my house, he trains me and all that. There was a time we got talking because he was angry, somebody was owing me. Then I was also not telling him that a lot of people are owing me. Do you know this guy actually started using it against me? When it's time for me to do exercise and I'm not doing it, he say, ma, box as if you are boxing those people owing you. Come and see my boxing. With all my energy, because people were really owing me and I needed that money. So all my energy. So you can actually convert those kind of things to your own benefit. So when we talk about mental health and financial abundance, like I said, it's interwoven, intertwined together. Taking care of your mental health does not only improve your quality of life, but it creates that foundation for your emotional and psychological well-being that will give you financial success. We shake because we are women, because of the way we have been nurtured, because of the way we have been groomed. Prim, prime, proper, humble, don't say it, but it is time for us to change that narrative. It is time for us to change that narrative. Because closed mouth, closed destiny. Joyce brought me here. I'm sending our invoice is already waiting. Food paid in full, even if I'm here for free. But I'm sending that invoice paid in full. So when Joyce is telling somebody, or somebody sees me and says, Joyce, please bring Dr. May to my car. Say, no, she doesn't come free. The invoice, please. Because that is what a lot of us do. Because I've come for your program, and you don't know the relationship we have, instead of you to tell the person, go negotiate, talk to the person. So I know Dr. May. She's my friend. Oh, we went to school together. Let me talk to her. Then you now come to me and start telling me to go for that. No. My car is not running on waters. This dressing, I know how much it costs. If I went to do makeup, I know how much makeup artists will tell me. But no, take from me. I would rather be sleeping now than to be here. But I'm here built on social capital. So please, ladies, if you've been doing that, stop it. Let's drop those nonsense back in 2024 and push forward. So getting financial abundance, I brought out very salient 7 things that we need to be able to get because it's very important. It starts with your mindset. What's your mindset about money? Exchange for goods and services. What if I throw you $100 bill now? It's $100. Even if I squeeze it, you see it as $100. Even if I pour Ororo on it, you see it as $100. Even if I burn one side, you look for a way to patch it so that you can see the value because it's $100, right? So your mindset about money is very, very important for financial abundance and for financial success. So you must have the right mindset. Because your right mindset will make you to notice what you need to see and, of course, work with it. Who has heard about the story of the red car? Good. You know the story of the red car. In fact, all of us here, we got the memo. We have a touch of red. The red car, if you were coming here today, you might have seen a lot of red cars. But did you notice it? No. So what if I tell you that for every red car driving that you notice while coming here, I give you 5,000 naira? You will see 100 red cars. Yes. In different shapes and sizes.
Even gold will
start looking red. So your mindset is very important. That is where you start seeing that your phone and your contact, you are a billionaire. But some of us don't know. You will just be doing anyhow. And you know anyhow, you do anyhow, you see anyhow. You'll be amazed that starting from A, I've been Bola. So what is about? Oh, she works in Dangote. What can I do with that? You just be. So your mindset will help you to notice what you need to know and nip it on the board. Then your emotional health. Your emotional health is so paramount because your emotional health will drive a lot when it comes to your financial success. If it is bad, if you are emotionally down, now who talks about money? Your major problem is, what is wrong with me? Oh, this sadness is not going away. So it's very important to make sure that you enhance your emotional well-being. Because it helps you to think right, it helps you to create the way you want to, it helps you to focus on where, most of us focus on our physical well-being. If I ask how many of you did the awareness, whatever, in 2025, in fact, with this end of January, right, some people do the awareness in January, but we won't talk of 2025. In 2024, how many of us did our health checks? Just a few hands. But in that health check that you did, how many of you asked those doctors or those hospitals to check for stress, anxiety, and depression? Many of us don't. You do MRI, CT scan, all those radioactive way would not be frustrating you because they have their side effects. But how do you check whether how stress level you are, how stressed you are, how anxious you are, how depressed you are? Because women, thank God we have from few men amongst us. The truth is that women, we are twice likely to be depressed than men. Studies have said it. And if you are a married woman, we are in the same WhatsApp group. We are worse, so I'm telling you, we have more vulnerability risk factors than the single women. We are worse, so you need to be very intentional. So your mindset, your emotional well-being, your stress level, especially chronic stress. Most of the tips we have now is go to the gym, do massage. They are all going to just take care of all that. But chronic stress is what we are definitely making sure we eliminate. It's not just to do the spas and the exercise and all that, which are beautiful. But we want to eliminate chronic stress because chronic stress will not, that energy will be lost. That creativity mindset will be lost. We will not be able to create that financial abundance. Then self-worth is highly tied to money. The way you value yourself. One HR woman said she was going to pay Dr. May 1 million to come and speak. And they were bringing a musician, they were going to pay 30 million. I said, what value is he bringing? And me, I payment. She said, I'm very sorry, ma'am. what you just said now change the whole narrative, because we get more value from you. This one will be listening to a song everywhere, radio, TV, everywhere, and now it's just going to come and make noise. The value you place on yourself. If you don't value yourself, who will value you? So don't go do anything. It's not about package, you know. I know some of you will think it's about package, because if you the value is much more. What impact? What's your driving force? So the value you place on yourself also kind of helps to build your financial abundance and, of course, financial success. Then we talk about gratitude. A thankful mind, a thankful heart will help to foster resilience. How many of us are thankful, are grateful for what you already have, not what you think you have? Because you work with what you already have. Because if you think of what it will be creating you a lot of stress. Then your belief about money, it starts from inside. The belief you hold about money is not about external, it's about internal. And it's very good for us to make sure that we believe internally. You see, I don't have yet is different from I don't have. I don't have. You've already closed the chapter. I don't have yet. What can I do to get it? Then visualization. Visualize. It helps you to align your action to your aspiration. You visualize that this is the 31st January, and as Joyce said, by November, you'll be rolling on the floor. You will go for praise and sing. You will do this, you will do this. Visualize what you want to make in that 2020, by November 2025. So these are some of the things. They are not just tips for you to have financial abundance. They are also sustainable tips. I like the fact that she started with sustainability. I'm big on sustainability, because the truth is that if you just do one tick, bam, and it doesn't, how sustainable is it? Because this money making, this thing is not just something you just do and go. Of course, I'm sure before we round up our panel, we are going to talk about it, but it's very important to make sure you believe in money making, starting from yourself, because your thoughts drive your emotions drive your behavior, and your behavior drives your action.
Oh, thank you. If you want to clap, please clap well. The reason why some people can't clap because they're writing, and that's fine. Thank you so much, Dr. May. And this is still just, okay, thank God there's a timer there, so because I have questions. Dr. Glory, one of the reasons why I was so excited to have you, Dr. May and Dr. Glory, is that I will finally start my master's in April. Yes, finally, after 20 years of leaving school, because I'm now sure what I want to do. And I already know, I told all of them, including George, that I know that once I'm done with my master's, I will join the doctors, finally, Dr. Joyce. So when I was like, oh, Dr. May, Dr. Glory, oh, Dr. Joyce, I love it, visualization. I want to watch the people you keep around you. You become them. Dr. Glory, visibility is your everything. What's the link between being visible and making money? Is there really a link, or are we just talking?
What do you think? First of all, Joyce, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm taking notes. So I'm just like, I'm enjoying myself. I'm here to learn, but also to speak. So hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing? So is there a link between visibility and money? So let me tell you a story. I have a client. Let's call her Sammy. So this client of mine, she came and she had been working in a multinational as a contract staff. She had been working as a contract staff for 10 years and had never been able to transition into a full-time, staff. And you know how they treat contract staff? It's never really... So if you say you're working in a multinational, but are you really working in a multinational when they look at your salary?
Or is the multinational working in you?
Yeah, you understand. So, she came and she was like, look, I've seen you on social media and all of that. This is the result I want. I want to get a job in my organization. So you see this, the assignment you were saying that I give, she went through that. And one of the things that she started to see was her worth and how to communicate it. So one time there was this big international boss that came in and he wanted to meet with a few people. By this time, her work, the way she approached work had shifted because she started to own her value. You see, that's something we don't do as women. We despise the things that come to us easily. There are many of you here, the things that you can do that nobody else can do, you are not taking it seriously. And we'll come to that. So,
they don't call my name. So,
she started moving differently. So she was one of the people selected to have a meeting with this boss. Now, he was going to meet 5 minutes virtually. And she said, why would I? This guy is coming from America. Why would I meet with him virtually? I'm going to the head office. So she was the only one that went to the head office. Instead of 5 minutes, he spent 1 hour with her. People were coming in. He would tell them, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Long and short of the story, since then, she has had 2 promotions. She's now a full-time staff in that organization. What changed? Let me tell you, if they don't know you, they can't pay you. If they don't know who you are, forget about it. Ain't nobody paying you nada.
Nada.
Because they don't even know where to find you to pay you the money. The keynote speaker, she said something, say your work is not for profits. Aye, that thing is resounding in my ear. Your impact is not for profit, it's not for profits. So that's the first part. If they don't know you, and I want you to remember that. If they don't know me, how can they pay
me?
They can't. You see, the world has changed. How many of you here were born after, I know this is an age assignment, but how many of you here were born from 1980? There's 1981 in your... Okay, all right.
Our seniors, sorry.
So, here's the thing. Then, the world was straightforward. You go to school, you graduate, you get a good job, they pay you, they keep paying you, you every month you save, and then you retire. Our parents did that. They worked in organizations for 20 years. My father was a civil servant for how many years, right? But now, the world is different. It doesn't work like that anymore. We are now in the digital age. Social media technology has democratized so many things, made the world upside down. So, how do you earn in this digital age? How do you earn? And that's where visibility comes in, right? I remember then my dad used to tell me, now you have a PhD. Now you have a PhD. I just want you to get a job as a lecturer, And I want you, when you get the job as a lecturer, maybe you marry a professor. Then you people will live in staff quarters. And I'll be coming to visit you. That was my father's dream for me.
Because that was a good thing then.
Yes. No, but can you imagine? For me, it was almost like, is this swearing? Or what is this really? What is this? But that's how the world worked then. But all of you are saying, but you are doing the same thing. You are actually, women, every year you talk to a woman, she wants to do certification. The ones you have done, how are you earning from it? How are you earning from it? Where is your intellectual property from the work you have been doing? So, the next thing I want you to remember is visibility is value, it is not noise. Because the way we have seen the world now is like everybody's a noisemaker. So I don't want to make noise. Empty barrels are the ones that make the most noise. I'm just going to be at the back doing my work, working hard, and my work will speak for me.
Hey.
If Joyce did not call all those people here, her team members, will you know who is in the team? Will their work, yes, they did an excellent job, but will you know who did it? It's the same with you. Your footprint is everywhere, but nobody has the device to connect your work to your face. So, visibility is value. Why is visibility value? Because when people know you, they can pay you. When people know you, you get opportunities. There are some people that now, sometimes I go for conferences and you say, some people are now offering the board seats they get to other people. Why? They've chosen the one they want. They're now dashing the remaining. And why are they getting all that? Because people know them. So you get your pick. Third, the way your network grows. Your network now becomes your net worth. You can stand Gidiba and make that phone call because you now have a high-level network. So, own your visibility, own your wealth. Own your visibility, own your wealth. How do you own your visibility? Start to create intellectual property over the things you know. What do you know? What do you do differently? What is it that possesses you? Maybe for some people it's about, the culture in your company. Whatever it is, what is it that possesses you? What is it that you can't sleep about? And start to build knowledge around those things. Start to share that knowledge. And that is how you create value. So I'll stop there.
Thank you. Is something shifting already? The idea for this gathering today is not to feel bad, because that's very likely to happen. For some people now, you start getting sad. Catch yourself. You came to look into a mirror to adjust yourself. When you look at the mirror and there's one hair out of place, one strand of your your wig, no, your hair out of place, what do? You adjust it. You don't now feel sad and say, oh, this hair is out of place. No. So, touch yourself. Because I know somebody now would start saying, oh my God, where have I been? Stop it. You're in front of the mirror. Do what? Adjust. Adjust your crown. We go again. That's the beauty of a new year. That's the beauty of a new day, beauty of a new week. You can start again. The best time to start again is when? So please, hold the sister by your side or the brother by your side. Hold somebody and say, we start again.
We start again.
We go again.
We go again.
We only go up.
We only go up.
All right? So please watch out for her. Watch her energy. If you think she's getting sad at some point, just hold on like, girl, gotcha. Gotcha. We're only going. Nobody's falling down here. Even under the anointing. Before you fall, I'll catch you. You won't fall down. That anointing will make you stand up straight. Dr. May, you've said so much already. I feel like if we close here for the day, we're good. Shall we close? No. Tell us maybe two or three things that we need to start doing more of. No, 2 things to do more of, 2 things to do less of, to have a stable mind before the money can sit on it. I remember in 2017, I was somewhere where you spoke. I have never forgotten that particular thing you said. Your sister was sitting by me, or she was sitting a few seats away from me that day. Osaru's sister, Osai. And I still remember the picture of that room. And you said, one thing you must do as a woman to improve your mental state is to hang out with your friends quite often. And I realized at that time, I was always working. My friends will say they're having one program, like, me, go and join. Who is laughing? I'm trying to work and make money. And you said, if you don't do it, you will never be complete. And when I started, I realized that I actually feel better now. I actually do feel better. You said something else. You gave one of the risk factors, number 4 risk factor for women. You said number 4, if your husband is not your friend or confidant. Well, that was 2017. I left that marriage in 2019 so that I could find my friend. Because where I want to fly, I need my friend to be flying with me. I'm not preaching divorce. I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling you where I am. That thing you said haunted me for so long. And that day when I left my marriage was a day in June in 2019. I was at the airport. Please, online people, be showing them from time to time. I need to see that our online gang is here because we have people from all over the world. Please, from time to time, put them up here. Please. I was at the airport waiting for my flight home to you. And all I was thinking about, we didn't quarrel, we didn't fight. In fact, we're not a cantankerous family. We didn't have all those unnecessary quarrels. But we just were not friends. And just were not going the same way. And we just, so that day I was at the airport waiting for my flight. I had called him to say, I'm coming home. My flight is in a few minutes. In fact, I called him to say, they've started boarding. And all I could think of was, what are you going home to? As in, is it? And all I could think of was, I like my room in the house, but there's nothing there for me. I'm not. So I sat there until my flight left.
Wow.
And I just sat down there. And when he called me about an hour plus later, said, have you landed? I said, I'm still in Abuja. Oh. What happened? I said, I couldn't get on that flight. Why? My mental health. And every other thing is tied to it. So let me just stop here. Let me stop the journey here. That's what I said to him on the phone. And he was like, what do you mean the journey? I said, this journey that's leading me not where I'm going. Dr. May, that was you. I blame you.
No. Please see my hands out.
But I will tell you that everybody who knows me knows I am a different Joyce. I am everybody, my siblings, my brother is here, my older brother is here, my friends, my brother and his wife were here. They know me like since that 2019 till now. Izuma is here. Izuma is like, Joyce, you have changed. I'm like, yes. It might not be changing husband, but there are two things that somebody here must change. And there are two things she must start doing. Please tell her what those things are.
Deep sigh.
These are deep things.
Deep things.
Once again, thank you so much for all the ladies who took time to join in this conference. You have 1,001 things you could have done on a Friday, end of the year, month, but you are here. And to our gentlemen, the he for she's, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us. Like what Joyce said, that fourth number when it comes to women that are in marriages, and which is supposed to be a protective factor for us. Because when you are married, it's a protective factor. What you be using your 100% brain doing, you have somebody there that you can brainstorm and all that. But it has been seen, research, studies have shown over and over again that we women in marriages, we have a vulnerability risk factor for vulnerable. So if you are a married woman here, I'm not saying you should share with me, but go home with it and evaluate yourself. And for the men that are here, this is also a good time. You go home and also evaluate your relationship. Because by the time your children are hitting 18, 19, you are going to enter what we call the emptiness syndrome. And if your house, if you calling honey, it will be echoing. Honey, don't go somewhere else. So what are those four vulnerabilities? Because let me start from there before we go to 2. 1, if one or both of your parents died when you were still a child. So early death. So let's just assume at 8 or 10 years of age. Obviously, somebody is going to pick you up. Somebody is going to nurture you. This is where nature versus nurture then comes in. So because your environment you started growing in could change your destiny forever because you are going somewhere else. You could be thrown to grandma in the Ado-Ekiti or thrown to grandpa in Auchi or somewhere else. Or your mom can remarry, carry you. Just something will happen. The second one is that those of us that have 3 children and more that are 14 years below, let me see your answer. 3 children or more, 14 years below. Have you ever traveled alone without their daddy? How was it at Heathrow and JFK? You will see them run them, stand up, sit down, do this. You have 2 hands. 14 years below, 3 children, it's a risk factor. It's a risk factor. You already know you are experiencing it. So when your husband says, honey, summer this year, you and your children will go to America. Stop being happy. Stop celebrating. You say, honey, you are going with us. Because it's just parenting in another environment. And stress go wire you. When you come back, you may even break down. It's not enjoyment. It's sufferhead Pro Max. The third one is if you are not working at all, or you don't even have a job, or you are just working within the home environment. This is why I tell Instagram business owners, DM me the price. Go and socialize somewhere else. Stop being in a house and seeing only white and brown walls. It's not good for your mental health. Loneliness as of November 2022 is now a global health crisis. And it is synonymous to somebody who takes 15 sticks of cigarette per day. Loneliness is not solitude. Loneliness is bad.
Please say that again.
Loneliness is not solitude. Loneliness is bad. And it's equated to somebody who takes 15 cigarettes per day.
So many of us are smoking.
Then you think it's those that are smoking that will die from lung cancer. Even some of you that are not smoking, that are always in bars and nightclubs and doing second-hand smoking, not the same thing. The last of the 4 is if your partner, your spouse, your husband is not your friend or confidant. This is where the men come in. So when you have those issues with your husband, sister, do yourself a favor and resolve that quarrel. Not be the man get the problem. It's you that will deal with the issue. That's why people sleep these days, they don't wake up. Or that, your is different from my and it's different from my So, and you wake up and you're feeling all beaten up, thinking you went to face a word that nobody is seeing. Out of these 4, if you already have 2, I'm sorry, please seek for professional help ASAP. Seek for professional help ASAP. So what are those 2 things you should stop doing today? Sisters, stop the goddamn people-pleasing behavior. It's a trauma-born response. Over-apologizing, over-explaining. No, you don't have to. I'm not coming from money-making conference. It's a complete sentence. You don't need to explain. Do you want to go for... No, it's a complete statement. The moment you keep over-explaining, over-apologizing, is trauma-born response. So please, end the people-pleasing. And so what do I mean? Go and deal with your own resolved traumas. Because when you are dealing with your traumas, you will bleed on people that didn't hurt you. Because hurt people hurt people. The second thing is eliminating chronic stress. Managing stress shouldn't start from the kitchen, dieting, and end in the gym, exercise. That's what most people think is about chronic stress. No. Stress is a killer. It will steal your joy. If you are stressed and having died, you will not be here. You'll be thinking this headache to go. Maybe by 12 I'll come from. No, let me just join it online because I couldn't make it. So eliminate chronic stress. And the 3 things that are in between: exercise, which is good. It will boost your feel-good hormones, which we call endorphins. Nobody ever exercises and feels bad, though. Even if you're unhappy, go and exercise. The happiness will come, small, but it's just temporary. How sustainable is it, right? And then the next thing, of course, the eating healthy and all that. I know it's not cheap. So I'm not going to sit down here and preach that, oh, eat healthy, do this. But the 3 things that are in between, the first, and our keynote speaker said one of them, the Japanese call it ikigai. Your purpose. Find your purpose. When people say, Dr. May, what's your driving force? My driving force is to live, to learn, and to impact generations positively. When I'm working on innovative disruption, being a physician, I talk fashion and tour the world.
I love it.
So you must have your driving force. What drives you? When your feet hit the floor in the morning, what drives you? So find your sense of purpose and be unapologetic about it. Nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. The second thing is that you must sleep well. If you are in that WhatsApp group, but I'm sleeping my destiny away, and when your body sleeps on you, you may not be alive to tell us the story. Please find time, 7 to 8 hours. And let me bust your bubbles as women. Women, we need more sleep than men. And uninterrupted sleep. Because our sleep is built differently. Sleep bank is built differently from the men. Men, whether they are working, they are not working, they are moving, because they have the testosterone, they will be building up. But we need to sleep. And uninterrupted. Stop being that megad at night. Water at night. Moving from one room to another. Let me say that they are sleeping. Let me say. The moment the man get up after Channel's news, honey, I'm going to sleep. He will hit the bed. Me, you are still moving from kitchen to the different women. Help yourself. You must sleep well. You must do your exercise. So you see where I'm saying it's not about finding your purpose is good, but sleeping adequately and all that. So which one am I in now? What you cannot, what?
Continue, just give us one more.
You do less, good. So we say people pleasing, stop. Doing, eliminate chronic stress.
Yes.
Of course, it's not an eliminating apart from exercise and eating well, sleep well, find your purpose, and make sure you have the right people in your circle of influence.
Thank you.
Please, you need it. At least tea breaks. No, just make sure you have those people. Those people that will clap for you when you're up there, and the people that will pull you up when you're in that rabbit hole. Not the people that will carry you to catch cruise. Not the people that will send you to bloggers, and then they are there as frenemies. They know everything going on in your life, and they want to. You know, our biggest problem as women is the word men.
Menstrual cycle.
Our menarche. Menarche, start for menarche. When you start your the menstrual cycle, mental health, money, domestic violence, menopause, other women. It has men in each other. These are our issues. Truly. So you must be able to know what to do. And so if you are stop people pleasing and of course eliminate chronic stress, you'll be able to do a lot much more than you said.
Thank you. Can you see yourself in this? Please, once again, the idea is to make decisions. I know some people are already saying, but what am I going to do? I'm the one in charge of the children are here. I'm a teacher, I'm a this, I'm a that. So I know that there are those questions. Just hold the thought first. Just hold that thought. Hold it. 3 things or 3 ways to be more visible. And one major reason why we fight visibility. Yes, you touched on it a bit. Many of us just want to be at the back. I'm doing my work will speak for me. Why? Why are we doing that? And then what 3 things do we do to be more visible?
Okay, so I think that Dr. Momona mentioned it. It's really about how we are socialized. So I remember growing up, we used to live in a block. When I go and stay with my mom, I would stay behind a block of flats, and sometimes I would go upstairs to play. And when I come back down, my mom would say, "Why is it only your voice I could hear? Talk like a lady. When you sit down, cross your legs, you behave too much like a man. Meaning you are too much like your father. You behave like a man. Always talking. When you talk, you open all your mouth, talk." So, because that was how they told her a woman should be. If I had listened, I would not be here.
All of us.
In fact, the other day, my mom, because I work from home, I'm one of those people that is only white and brown wall I'm seeing. I shall change. My mom came to my office, my home office the other day, and she said, "You have been talking since morning. Anyway, this is what you were doing since you were small." And I just laughed. And she said it in passing. She said, "You have been talking anyway, because since you were small, now talk. Anyway, I'm glad you are using it. You know, these are our mothers. We love them." So, it's funny, but what is the story here? I said it earlier. We despise the things that come to us easily, right? And this thing about people pleasing, because you are wondering what people will say. If I start posting on LinkedIn, what would they say? If I do on social media post, this other person will say. Do you know what I do? When I start thinking what somebody will say, I will say, "That means they're not meant to be seeing me." I block them. Don't see me. Let me live. Do you understand? And sometimes, a lot of times, people put their, what's the word now? Their own insecurities on you. They put it on you. I remember one time, I went to a friend's house and I wore shorts. And she said, "Glory, how can you wear shorts? For shorts are for people that have long legs, that have this." I said, "I'm still waiting. I don't understand. That's your own insecurity. You don't wear shorts because you are short. Me as I am like this, I'm all right." So that's another thing. Who are you? Know who you are. Understand the value you carry. I tell people all the time. Inside you are the treasures of the world. It is your job to find it. Everybody, as you were coming to earth like this, God was giving you, depositing things in your spirit, in your soul that you are meant to do. But when we get, after somebody was saying, where do the women go? Life destabilizes us, what people think. So these are some of the things that hold us back from being seen, because we have been socialized that way. So what must you start doing? From today, believe in your own ish. Let me not use a swear word. Believe that you walk on water, because you do. Believe that you are more powerful beyond your comprehension. See,
because you are.
Because you are. When I have a journal, where I wrote my definite aim, purpose in life. I read it every morning because I have to remind myself who I am. Because as you came here today, you have told yourself so many negative things. This is my dress. I'm getting fat. Oh, I really don't like my ears. I don't like how this part sticks out. You've told yourself. So that's why it's very important to affirm yourself. So the first thing, see your value and own it. Then start finding ways to communicate your value. I think that's where people get stuck. Okay, now I know I'm valuable. How do I communicate it? Find people that are doing the things you want to do and see how are they showing up. That's how you start to communicate it. The third thing, and I think this is one of the most important things, stop having professional amnesia. You know, this thing...
Please just repeat first for the people at the back.
Stop having professional amnesia. Meaning the things that you have done, but you have forgotten it. You know, there's something, now, somebody will say, you look so nice. I even thought that the dress was tight too. That's what they do. So at work, when they tell you, that was a great job. You are just happy. I remember the day I got my PhD. It should have been the happiest day in the world. I went to sleep. I just said, finally, thank God. All of that. I felt like I wasn't deserving of it. So honestly,
don't talk too much about it. Don't make noise about it.
Yeah, you know. But I hadn't seen that the fact that I passed through hell and high water, because I really did, hell and high water, to get this PhD. My dad used to ask me, why don't you tell people to call you doctor? Do you know it is years after I got my PhD before I turned 30. I'm now in my 40s. And it is
just
now,
yesterday we knew that you're a doctor.
Yes, it is now that I push it. I never used to before and that's professional amnesia. You see, it shows up in so many ways. So own your accomplishments. Have a place where every time you accomplish something, no matter how insignificant it is to you, write it down. Own it. I did that. Some days now when I finish work, I'm like, Glory, nobody saw you today, but man, you did an awesome job.
Yeah.
Glory, you are trying, you are changing, you are doing the best with what you know. Yes, you didn't know this yesterday and you made a mistake, but today, my God, Glory, you are doing it. No lizard fall from a Iroko tree. No see anybody to praise him. He praise himself. Praise yourself. Own your value.
Thank you so much. Please touch somebody by you and tell them well done. Then now, write in your journal, I told them well done. Write it. It's an accomplishment. Write it. Because not everybody knows how to tell somebody else well done. So write it now. We're practicing what she said. I will remember that I just told somebody well done. Somebody will now say, but won't that make me full of myself? It is people who are full of themselves that know how to ask for money. Until you are full of yourself, you will keep your mouth shut. So we need you to be what? Full of yourself. Please say, I am full of myself. Somebody is not saying it because she's like, God, I'm not full of myself, please. See, the day this thing came alive for me was when my son David was graduating from secondary school. We were there. I hired photographer. We went to Calabar, went to Akpabuyo, Deeper Life High School, Akpabuyo. My son is finishing secondary school. And when he was called up as the best graduating student, me and my mother and my sister-in-law and all of us were preparing to go and shout. They said, no, please wait, it's for the child first. We said, because he's the one who did the work, not you. You think God is afraid of your success? The same breath he gave everyone, you used your own to achieve. And you think he's afraid to share. You can't even share his glory. You don't have the capacity. Many of us are quiet and we fall into this amnesia because we think that we want to share God's glory. He cannot collect your award with you. Because he didn't write the exam for you. He gave you the capacity, paid your school fee, sent you on your way. You wrote the exam yourself. You did the assignment. You could have been sleeping. God is not afraid of his glory. Stop that rubbish of saying, I don't want to share. You can't. You don't have the capacity to. And that is one of the biggest challenges I've seen with women. But Joyce, it's God that did this. It's not God. He gave you the ability to do it, and then you did it. And he's not afraid of you. He's too big for that. All he's thinking is, now she has sense. Now she has sense. I've been looking at her since, like, look, we came here to, by the time you're leaving here this night, I'm ready for you. I came ready. That's why I wrote red. We are ready. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I am ready for you. It's that fear. In fact, this week, I started counting it when I was speaking with different people. And I say, oh, I saw you did this. I say, oh, it's God, oh. I said, yeah, I think you say you're coming for conference. We go see you. And I'm saying, it's God. Oh. You will know it's not God. Because he gave you the ability with somebody else, and somebody else didn't do it. So was it really him? It was not him. It was you. That alone will allow you ask for money. Because you will stop forgetting that it was you. And you will remember that he's not afraid of you. Stop it. We want to take only one question from the online community. Those ones here, these ones here, now they get us. Now they get us. From the online community, we would not want to read a comment in the chat, please. That nonsense stops right now. You will turn on your microphone, you will put on your camera, and you will show up. If you cannot turn on your camera, please don't ask a question here. Because stop. Look, all of you here, you've been doing it. Stop it. Let me just, so you intentionally don't show up. You want to do online so that they will not see your face. If they can't see you, they can't pay you. So if you have a question, you turn on that wonderful camera. Let's see your beautiful face. You turn on your microphone and let's hear your voice. It's a money-making mouth. We know that some of you are at work, so that's why your cameras are off. Some of you are wearing brazier. It's all right. We all do it. Show it as it is. We don't fear you and don't fear us. So we have just one question. Please, I see one person's mic is already on. I can't really see the name. Who is that? Let's hear her voice, please. She's already speaking.
Oh, hi, okay.
Yes. Tolu Lope. Yes, is that Tolu Lope I see? She started speaking. She's wearing red and green. Her mic was on.
Okay, is it me?
Yes, please.
Apparently the number was
You're wearing a Ankara green and red. And your hair is packed to one side. And your glasses and your chewing gum. So, but isn't it Tolu Lope I'm seeing there? Yeah. She was...
okay, I was speaking, but I was waiting for a response. Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, Joyce, Daniels. It's a joy to be with you today.
Such a joy.
I have a question. If you're coming from a background where you've been doing a lot of volunteer work, a lot. When I say a lot, I'm talking of like over a decade. Can you hear me?
Yes. Want to see her? Please blow her up, not me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. If you've been doing volunteer work for a long time, what would you advise? Are there like 2 or 3 steps you can give someone to make the clear transition from that volunteer space to where you're now asking for money? What 3 steps would you ask the person to take?
We'll start with Gary. Thank you so much, Tolu Lope. Kusin, I know you wanted to ask a question. Tolu Lope, please, where are you joining us from?
From Abuja.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Kusin, I heard your voice as well. Then that's Kusin's own. Yes, Kusin, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Kenya.
From Kenya, thank you so much. What's your question?
Okay, so I want to ask that for me, one of the issues I've had, especially in the area I'm trying to dive in, is that so I'm trying to work with Christian ladies that are going through divorce and separation and single motherhood, and I feel that area is a place where you're supposed to do it with compassion, and they are going through a lot. You're not supposed to maybe charge, and you want to do things like that. So how do I go through the place where you know that okay, see, this is something I really want to do, and we also have to create events and all those things. So how do I differentiate this charity work in that regard from the professional, the professional part of what I'm actually doing? So
thank you so much. There are two questions that are very similar. Thank you so much, Kusin. Kusin, did you hear what Kusin said? Everybody? Okay, so she works with women who are going through divorce and Christian divorced and separated women and mothers, single mothers, so vulnerable women. And she said these are people you're not supposed to charge. You're supposed to be showing compassion. That's what she said. It's not me that said it, it's Kusin. She kind of said, so how do I now begin to place value on that? And she also has another part of the business that might make money, but these are the issues. And very similar to what Tolulope said about going in from the not-for-profit to now not-for-profits. Chloe first, and then Dr. May, and we'll close.
Okay. So just a quick thing about this video thing. I don't know if you've ever joined webinars with Americans. Their videos are always on. Always on. In fact, sometimes, and it's their mindset. They have this mindset of showing up. So we need to embrace it. That's one. So if you've done a lot of volunteer work, see it as foundation. It's your springboard to earning. So that means you've paid your dues. See that you've paid your dues already. If anybody wants volunteer, especially if you have any recordings of it, they should go and watch the recording. Do you understand? Use that now to showcase the work. So I remember when I started, many companies then, they didn't pay me and all of that. But I used their logos to say, I've worked with these companies. And it was true. Do you understand? So use that as a springboard. The second question, so everybody in your audience that you gather is not going to pay you. The truth about it is, if you're in this community building work, it's only the top 10% that will pay you. So you create products for your top 10%. So there's an American coach I follow. She says, this is going to sound a bit harsh, but it's the truth. You don't create products for an audience that cannot pay. So you have to think about it. In this work I'm doing, who are the people that can pay me? Then think about what is the value I'm giving them. It's not, you don't price for your hours. If you charge per hour, you'll be broke, right? You charge for the value of what you are giving, right? So what you now need to think about is, the people that come to me, which of these people can pay? What are their problems that I can genuinely solve and give them value for that, and then price it? So that's what I would suggest.
Thank you so much. Dr. May?
As an addendum to what Gloria said, and Tolulope and Kusin, and to all the ladies out here, it's important that you own it to yourself that you have value. I have one of my staff that is here. Anytime it comes to the final stage of me hiring a staff, I know you already have something here. It may not be exactly what we want, but I know you have some. That's why you were able to get to where you are. But I'm hiring you because of your heart, your compassion, your kindness. We work in the mental health space. We want people, when you encounter you, they're able to reduce that stress and everything that they came with. But I'm also very particular about your fit. What's your goal? What's your plan for the future? I know you'll leave me one day, because this is not where your placenta was buried. So it's important. When you are transiting, it happens. So the first rule is that audit your life. Sisters, please, Tolulope Kosi, audit your life. It's important. It's when you do that audit, you know you want to transit. Maybe that's partly what Tolulope has done. I want to transit. I'm working with Christian vulnerable women. It is a field I want to show compassion, I want to show kindness, I want to do this, but I also want to earn. So when you audit, you will know, you will separate the chaff from the wheat. When you do that, then you have to have the right mindset that now I've done this, and auditing has to be 360-degree approach. It's not only about money. It's good, financial awareness, there's a spiritual awareness, physical, emotional, career, your because some of you is your family member that are dragging you down. There's no village people. They are the ones. So when you audit that, you have to have the right mindset for growth. I want to now move from this non-for-profit to profit. What do I then do? And how do I do it? Is the how that most of us struggle with.
And we'll talk about it here today.
Yeah, exactly. Is the how. So audit yourself, your life, have the right mindset, then have a goal. You must be smarter about the goal, no longer smart. That goal must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. Evaluate it and reward yourself. It's very, very important. So that goal must be smarter. It's very key. Then, of course, because you are transiting, upskill. What do I need to do? It doesn't have to be certification. Some of you, if you see your certification, are even gathering dust. And you have never used one. With this era of AI, and talking to all the tools and automation and everything, you are saying like, oh, I need to say go to this and get this. No. Upskill does mean that it may just be you. By the time you audit, you see the one you need to optimize. Every rich man, billionaire today started with one skill. It's from there you can expand to other things. Don't go and say, oh, Joyce is doing money, let me also start my own conference. No. It is not right. So upskill and then ensure you create your environment for success. Your environment plays an integral role to whatever you want to achieve in life. And in all of this, while you audit, while you have the right mindset, while you upskill, while you have fun, while doing whatever you are doing. Have fun. Sisters, in all, I'm going to summarize with the fact that please have the 4 L's as a yardstick to grow. Learn about yourself and learn about the people that are in your circle of influence. And learn how to tell people how to treat you. Don't leave it for assumption. Assumption and perception are joy killers. So learn more about yourself. I need sleep. See, 10 p.m. after 9 in the night, my children enter my room. It's 10:01. So, okay, mommy, it's not so important. Tomorrow will. Create those boundaries, sisters. Because if it's not important, why are you coming to disturb me? I'm winding down to come and sleep. You are coming to just go and sleep. So learn about yourself. Look after yourself. You look good, you feel good. You feel good, you look good.
Come on, baby.
Look after yourself. The people around, if you don't look after them, they will come back haunting you. Then listen to yourself. Our instincts, our intuition are so powerful. Listen. If it's telling you don't. Then in everything, link up with the right people. Like I keep saying, you see this phone, your billions are there. It's you that you don't know. They say lifestyle costs. Now you know.
On this note, please say thank you to Dr. Maimuna Kadiri and Dr. Glory Edozian. It's been an insightful session. Thank you so much. This is just the beginning of the Money Making Mouth Conference. To say thank you, I would like to welcome on stage, before we take our photo, this session was sponsored by Cherry's Interior. They gave us the chairs, the stools, and the money for this session. And the founder of Cherry's Interior is right here. Please welcome Madam Prudence Barango to join us. Stanley Zebulon Barango, Nay Barango, to join us on this stage as we take photos together. Please put your hands together and we rise. Thank you.